What's up guys, this is YGO coming at you with another deck profile. Now today I'm going to be showing you guys my Ancient Gears. Alright, this is a deck I very much enjoy, it's a lot of fun, it's great going second and can definitely OTK, it has a lot of strong potential in that. But quickly, before I get into this video, I want to make kind of a shout out and a pro tip. Recently I put out my Dark Lord deck profile, definitely watch that if you haven't, I think it's pretty solid. But in the comments below, I had a long kind of discussion with one of my subscribers, and, you know, it started off where I was very much defensive of my style of play, but after looking at his profile, though it was completely different, more of a Link Turbo style than my control variant, I actually learned quite a lot from the deck. And it definitely goes to show that two people can have success with the same archetype, but build it completely different from the ground up. And though I did not implement some of the changes he recommended into my profile, I learned something and actually implemented kind of something that he had said into this Ancient Gear profile. Now, and that just goes to show, even if you don't take someone's advice into consideration, it teaches you more about the game, and so there's always more to learn. But that being said, let's get right into this video. Alright guys, starting off with the main deck, I'm going to warn you guys now, the first 7 cards, the ratios may seem a little weird to you guys. Just trust me on this, kind of power through the entire profile and you'll kind of see what I mean. But definitely, I have started running 3 Golem and 2 Ultimate Pound. This is for a variety of reasons. Number one, their names. Alright, you need a lot of names in a fusion deck. They're all Ancient Gears, they let you kind of, you know, get the materials you need for your fusion summons. 2, alright, they're actually big and you could summon them off a catapult, and that lets you provide a presence to the board without having to use a fusion summon for that, so that's actually really nice. And then I run 2 Reactor Dragon. You need 2 for the combo I'm going to show you later in the video. It's actually really cool and kind of cheeky, so definitely run 2 Reactor Dragon. Plus, it's a good tribute summon if you have to. And then also, you know, it's a name and it lets you summon off of Gear Town in general, so it does not have a no special summon restriction, so it's really good that way. And those are all the big ones. Alright, you run just a few of them, you know, and then the rest are the small ones. Wyvern. Wyvern's your main normal summon. You want to see Wyvern as much as possible because it lets you get 2 materials or get you a fusion spell. Really, really good in that way. 3 Hound, another great normal summon, you know, lets you just fusion summon using it, and that's really, really good. And then 3 Gear Frame. I have seen builds with 2, and that's actually okay. I like 3 because, again, it's an extra material, it's a great normal summon. You really can't go wrong with getting Gear Frame in your hand, so I like to run it at 3. And then from there, I do run 2 Box. You know, just run 2, don't run 3. And then 1 Gadget. You don't even have to run Gadget. I kind of just threw it in there because, again, it's a name. I say that a lot, but you need names in your fusion decks. This is a 40-card deck with 19 monsters, all fusion monsters, or fusion targets to allow you to summon your fusion monsters. Gadget could be just about any monster. I like it in case you're going to have to tribute summon Reactor Dragon. But other than that, it's not super necessary. Going off into the spells, we have obviously 3 Catapult. Catapult's amazing, one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best card. Lets you summon any Ancient Gear from your deck, ignoring its summoning condition, so if you want to hit Golem, you could hit Golem. Alright, you want Reactor Dragon, you can hit Reactor Dragon. Ultimate Pound, same deal. Anything you want. And then 2 Foolish Burial Goods, let you send Catapult to the grave, use its effect in grave. By the way, it has one of those too, it's amazing. Lets you pop a card on the field, Gear Town, Fortress, and then summons a token on top of it that you could use for your fusion summons. So it's really good. Gear Town, summon an Ancient Gear when it's popped. It does not ignore summoning conditions, so you're limited on that. But other than that, it's fine. And then I only run 1 Terraforming. Don't run anymore, otherwise it kind of becomes an issue. So the old Ancient Gears, if you played it before the new support, you probably would have played, you know, 3 goods, 3 catapult, 3 gear town, and 3 terraforming. Because the only way to really establish a dangerous board was to get the combo of catapult plus gear town or any variant in between. And yeah, it's a good combo, but the thing is, sometimes you would draw into like 3 gear towns or 4 gear towns, like two terraforming, 2 gear town, and it's just like, okay, well, crap, what do I do with this? So you want to see the combo, but you also don't want to fill your hand with these spells that you can't do anything with, if their other combo piece is not there. And so it's kind of a balancing act. You run more Catapult, though, because you do have Ancient Gear Fortress as well. Ancient Gear Fortress is amazing, protecting your Ancient Gears, not allowing your opponent to respond to their effects. And it also protects Ancient Gear Fusion now, so that's really, really good. And you could also pop this with Catapult. So all in all, great card. Speaking of the new Fusion spell, run 2 of it. I do run Pot of Desires in this deck, so you want to watch out. Definitely run 2. You can run 1 if you don't run Desires. I like Desires in the deck, just in general. So 2 Fusion. It's almost blasphemy, only running 2 Power Bond. Such a powerful card, but the thing is, if you're getting 2 in hand, and you don't have the materials to make an Ancient Gear or a Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, you're in trouble, and that's a brick that you don't want to deal with. So I only run 2. I do run 3 Desires. You could bump this down to 2 and maybe run an Upstart. I like it at 3, and then I also, in OTK decks, I don't like giving my opponent life points. Just as a general rule, stick to that. You're trying to take those away, not give them more. So I run 3 Desires. I also run 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Overload Fusion, 1 Limiter Removal. Very powerful 1-ofs. Overload, is really good. You can run 2 if you want. I don't like seeing it in my opening hand ever. It's just if it gets into a grind game, really. Or if they strike my Fusion Summon, which does happen every once in a while against certain decks. So you could side an extra copy if you wanted. But anyway, that's my main deck. Let's go off to the extra deck. Alright, now this extra deck is pretty much standard issue with 1 piece of cheekiness in it that is really, really cool. So I do run 2-Gear Giant, obviously. It's your win condition. You kind of want to see it as much as you can. Going second with this card, if your opponent does not know what you're playing, does not know, how to stop this absurdly powerful card, or they can't get monsters on board to be able to stop it, this will just destroy. Alright, it's incredible. Alright, very, very powerful boss monster. 2 Howitzer. It's nice. It's your going first play, other than this one other card I run in here. If you could drop a Howitzer, it's not bad. Okay. Then I run 1 Golem and 1 Megaton. Megaton is good and actually does have the ability to just kill your opponent if they have an open field. So if you don't see Power Bond, this is how you do that. From there, I run the Lynx, 1 Misses, 1 Akashic, Underclock. It's good. A lot of times in this deck, if you get the combo off of Gear Town plus a Catapult, you haven't had to use your normal summon yet, and you could get a Link 2 out really easy, so I run a fair amount of Link 2s. Then 1 Decode. You see it every once in a while, where it's useful, so I run it, but you could replace that with pretty much anything else you wanted. Alright, now for the cheeky tech. 1 True King of all Calamities. So this is really, really funny, and I noticed. So I said earlier that Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, it is not special summon locked. It does not restrict that. So you can summon this off Gear Town, and you could summon this off of Catapult. So you get 2 out. They're both 9s. Very, very rare to get 2 9s that are so easily summoned. And then you could drop a True King of all Calamities. So that's really, really funny to me. Going first, it's kind of just hilarious. You kind of just dropped True King and Ancient Gears, and it's like, alright, well, what do you do from here? So it's a great going first option if you have to. 1 Bagooska. Great for stall. Tornado Dragon, whatever it's called. Really, really good, kind of lock down your opponent from using some back row, keeps field spells off the board. And then the Lightning package, definitely got to run that. It allows you to get more damage on board, get over some big monsters, it's great. But anyway, that's the extra. Let's go to the side. Alright, so I run pretty darn close to a cookie cutter side deck in this deck. It's very, very basic. You can run whatever you want in your side deck. I always say that. just depending on what's at your locals or if you're going to a regional level event, whatever you want in your side deck, you should put. So this is kind of just a guideline. So I run 3 Gogre. It's great. It's one of my favorite hand traps, if not my favorite hand trap. I don't have Ash, so, you know, Ghost Ogre is just about as good as you could get other than that card. Really good. 3 Danko for those back row heavy, Burn, Paleo, whatever they're playing. You know, it's nice. It locks it down. Cosmic Cyclone, awesome, awesome card right now. Dealing with True Draco, dealing with Pendulum Magician Scales. You can't go wrong with it. And then from here, I run 3 Quaking. If I have to go first, I actually do side all 3 of these because it's really good. Kinda going first, dropping this face down. Your opponent doesn't think Ancient Gears run battle traps. You stop that, and then you going second, you Chaos Ancient Gear Giant them and kill them. So a very, very good card. And then, of course, the required 3D barrier, which every deck and its mother runs because it stops things. So that's my side deck. Let's go off to closing comments. Alright, closing comments time. This deck is not competitive, alright? It's something that you take to locals, you have a lot of fun with. Very, very much an enjoyable deck, something I have played a long time. You know, watch GX, Ancient Gear Golem was like, oh my god, this card is better than Blue Eyes! Like, it was amazing. Alright, and so I really, really enjoyed that. And it was kind of a, you know, a blast from the past. When they came out with the new support in the structure deck a while back, I bought that immediately when it came out. I was playing it nonstop. And then this new support with Fusion, which is incredible, by the way, a searchable polymerization in this deck, really just fixes a lot of its issues and makes it, you know, more of a consistently excellent deck. And that's kind of a term I use quite a bit. If you go to locals, you know, you could do well with this. I've gone 3-1 with it before against, you know, solid competition. And also, I've gone 1-3 with it against the same solid competition. So it depends on the day. It's not something you want to bet your hopes and dreams on in a regionals or at YCS with. But if you want to kind of pick up a deck that's really fun, very interesting, allows you to OTK, drop some of the biggest monsters you've ever seen on the board, Ancient Gear is probably toward the top, if not the top, when you're looking at that. As far as OTK decks go, it's always in constant competition with Cyber Dragons. You know, if you watch Yugi No, which I would highly recommend, he has a great channel, runs a lot of funny and a lot of interesting content. He's a Cyber Dragon guy, I'm an Ancient Gear guy, but at the end of the day, they both do very similar things, and I think Ancient Gears are an excellent archetype that you should look into. But anyway, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below if you see anything in this deck you don't like, that you would change, that you do like, that you want to let me know that is really good. Just let me know. It really helps out. And then I'll see you guys next time.